Hello.
Hello, friends.
It's Sarah from Kent District Library.
And Alantha, also from Kent District Library. I feel like we know each other so well now, even though
right?
this is kind of, I don't know, it's a little strange.
Yes.
I don't know, COVID times.
Yes, just have to introduce ourselves. It's habit. And we're here today to talk to you about books. And again, if you have any recommendations for us, send them our way.
Let us know. We appreciate the recommendations so much.
We love your recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Alantha, have you got a book today?
Oh, I totally do.
Excellent. Let's hear it.
Okay, so this first one is Alvin Ho, Allergic to Babies, Burglars, and Other Bumps in the Night. So there are a series of Alvin Ho books, and I identify with Alvin on a really deep level because he is afraid of everything and allergic to everything and just has a lot of issues. And they're really funny and charming, and there's lots of them. So he goes through all kinds of trials and tribulations related to burglars and babies and allergies. Highly recommend all of the Alvin Ho books, but this is I think this is actually the first one in the series, but you don't have to read them in order. So.
Oh, that's always nice when you don't have to read them in order. All right, friends. On a slightly different note, Island, Book 1, Shipwreck by Korman. Now, friends, if you are looking for an adventure story, a story of survival, this is going to be your book series. This one you are going to want to read in order, but it is so good. It's a quick read. Look at this little one, so small. So I read this series in middle school, and I could not put it down, friends. It was so good. I would book it to class and sit there and read the first few minutes before the bell rang because it's that good. So these kids, they shipwreck on an island and they have to stay alive, but there's a storm coming and things are getting intense. You thought it was bad being shipwrecked on an island. Well, try being there with a giant storm. Things aren't looking too good. Check it out, Island.
All right, so the next one that I have is The Blackbird Girls. This is actually a relatively new book, and this is a story about two girls in Russia, at the time it wasn't Russia, it was the USSR, United Soviet
States of Russia.
Yes, that sounds right.
We're knowledgeable.
This was, recent though. But anyway, so it's about these two girls, Oksana and Valentina, and they are in school together, and this is actually historical fiction, so this is based on true events. And both of their fathers were working at a nuclear power plant that you may have heard of, Chernobyl, and there was a huge meltdown, major malfunction, and the entire city around that had to be shut down. People had to be evacuated. So it's about the story of what happened to these two girls after the fact. And one of them is Jewish, which is really complicating things because even though this happened in the 80s, there was still a lot of issues surrounding people having problems with those of the Jewish faith, especially in this area of the world. So it'll get you right in the feels. But it's such a beautiful story, and I would recommend this to anyone. It's so good.
Oh, all about books that get me in the feels. Speaking of feels, pay attention, Carter Jones. Oh, so good! By Gary D. Schmidt. He's a local author. He's from Michigan. Very cool. So this book is about this kid named Carter Jones. And his dad has not been around for the last while. So one day, he opens the door and he's on his way to get some milk. And lo and behold, there is a butler standing there. And he says, "Hello, I am going to be your family's new butler." And he's like, "Excuse me, I don't think we ordered a butler." And he's like, No, nope, I'm here to be your butler. And so Carter Jones and his mom and his siblings have this butler now. And this butler teaches Carter Jones how to play cricket. And I'm not going to tell you what cricket is. You're going to have to look that up for yourselves because it's a fabulous sport, and I learned a lot about it. And it's this beautiful story, and it's so good, and it got me, bam, right in the feels, like Alantha's last book. So good. Check it out. It's amazing. Takes all these twists and turns that you do not see coming. Highly, highly recommend it. It's very good. Pay attention, Carter Jones.
That is a delightful book.
It's really good.
All right, so the last one I have today is a graphic novel called Mighty Jack by Ben Hatke. So he's got a bunch of books, including Zeta the Space Girl series, if you've heard of those. And they are all fabulous. And this is kind of a retelling of the Jack and the Beanstalk story, but it's creepy and modern. And, oh, I'm trying to find a page with the garden. So Jack goes to a flea market and trades his mom's car for some seeds because that's not going to get you in trouble. And then it grows into this garden, and there are all these crazy creatures and plants, and it's just growing out of control, and Jack has to decide whether or not he wants to let the garden continue to grow or if he's going to fight back against the garden, and he doesn't know if the garden's good or bad, and oh, it's so good. And then it ends on a real cliffhanger too, and there's a second one in the series, so check this one out.
Oh, I love retellings of fairy tales. So good. All right, friends, my final one is Tarra and Bella, an elephant and dog who became best friends, and it is so good, friends. It's a true story. It's delightful. Look at these little friends. So this is about an elephant at an elephant reserve. Here you can see some of the photos of the elephants. And there is a dog there. And they became friends. So Tarra is our elephant and Bella is our little puppy. And oh my goodness gracious, friends, this book. Oh, it's the cutest thing in the world. They become best friends. All the other elephants have like little elephant friends, and then Tarra and Bella become best friends, and it's so, so very cute and sweet. Highly recommend it if you love stories of friendship or animals, or just want a good book. It's delightful. Check it out.
Think of Pupper.
I know! I mean, look at this on the back. Like, they're running together. That's so cute. All right, so that's what we have for you today. Hope you found some that you are interested in, look fun and exciting, and we will talk to you later. Bye!